This is Kristen Craran with the Divorced Parents Guide to Success. Today I would like to talk about the things kids struggle with during a divorce. There's 4 things that I've decided that they most struggle with, and there might be others, but these are the 4 that I've come up with. 1 is attachment, 2 is existential crises, 3 is stability or predictability and routines, and 4 is their level of comfort. First, we'll talk about attachment. And if you don't have a psychology background or a mental health background, you might not be aware that there's a whole theory around the idea of attachment. So when humans are born, they basically imprint on their parents. And you see that when children are around 1.5 to 2 years old, when they get that separation anxiety. And that's the real concrete way to see that attachment in play. Anyway, so when we get a divorce, of course, most often the parents move apart and the child's loyalties are divided and they don't know who to be aligned with. It's very important as parents not to put our kids in the middle of things because of this. So that means that we're not going to talk about the other spouse in front of the children because of that attachment, and it can damage them if they hear one parent talking about the other because they align with each parent in different ways. This also, attachment can be an issue when one of the parents starts dating again and the children don't know where their loyalties should lie. They feel like that they're betraying the other parent because of this new person that has come in, because maybe they like the person and they have fun with that person, but they're not really sure how to handle this situation. And this is where conversations and co-parenting come into play. And I would say that when it comes to attachment, conversations with your children are huge. Talk about it all the time. Every night before you go to bed. It doesn't have to be serious. It doesn't have to be too in-depth. It just needs to be at their level. And your goal is to normalize their feelings and the experiences that the family is going through. People get divorced. People date. Being upset about it is okay. You can talk to me about those things. And you can also enlist the help of a school counselor or an older child at school. So let's talk about existentialism. That's a big word, right? So existentialism is basically a philosophy around the questions about why we're here. What is life about? And we have existential crises when the meaning of our life is stripped away. People have existential crises all through their lives. Like when you had kids, you had to change your identity from I'm a single person with a spouse to I'm a parent. And you redefine yourself as that parent. Well, when kids' parents get divorced, they go from one meaning of life to having to separate that out and make sense of this new situation that they're in, like having 2 different households or having a stepmom and stepdad. They might ask, who am I? In some situations, there might be some shame around the divorce, or there could be questions about who am I because the parents are talking negatively about the other parent in front of the kids. And the first place kids find out who they are is through their parents. So you can see how that can cause a problem. The next question could be, who are my parents? My parents were so dependable, everything seemed great, and now they're living in separate homes and they seem very dysfunctional. Can I count on them? And the next question they could ask is, what does home mean? They're in 2 different places and they're living basically what I describe as out of their suitcases. Kind of like if you go on a trip for work for a week, a lot of us complain about how inconvenient it is to live out of our suitcase. That's what these kids are going through, but they go through it every single day until they move out or go to college. All right, so stability and predictability. I think that as adults, we forget how flexible our kids have to be. Going from one home to another, there's rules at these two different homes that are different most often. They have to move their stuff back and forth. Schedules might be different. There might be different babysitters, different friends, how they get to school because one parent might live in the school district and the other doesn't. Parenting styles and expectations are very different. And with stability and predictability, co parenting comes into play and conversations. But I think first and foremost is that co parenting with your ex and talking with them about what you guys want to see in each household. And how ironic is that if you're divorced for a reason, how can you be expected to co parent? Well, you have to change your thoughts about co parenting with that person into a business model. So, your business is parenting, your product is going to be the kids, and you want to work together so that you have a successful product. And we can talk about that more in a different session. All right, so the fourth one is comfort. So, think about the travel situation again. You are traveling for work, and there's a different bed. It might be too hard. The pillows might be too lumpy. Maybe you didn't bring the clothes that you wanted to wear. Maybe the look of it is cold or not what you're used to. Maybe the soap dries out your skin. These kids are going through all the same experiences you do, comparable to traveling. So again, talking with your ex and having conversations with the kids about what they like and what they don't like can really help create some continuity between the households. So, co parenting and conversations are going to be the tools that you use to make your children's lives more comfortable and predictable, and also yours, because through these conversations and through co parenting with your ex, you're going to diminish the possibility of mental health problems with you and the kids, and also behavioral issues. If the kids know what to expect and know that you guys are communicating, then there's less that they can get away with, but also gives you the ability to manage things better. Anyway, thank you very much. I hope this information will help you and your family, and I hope you have a great Easter holiday.